receives 2 minutes for the strippers. So penalty on the Manchester Phoenix. 2 minutes for strippers and at 0. Scored 8, assisted 61, second assist 7, time at 13:07.
Hello and welcome to the show that brings you Manchester and D-Side's fastest and most exciting sports team, the Manchester Phoenix. I've got Anna Corrigan with me here. Just before we talk about this weekend's doubleheader with the Guildford Flames, we're going home. How excited are we?
It is very, very exciting. There's been a massive buzz on social media, which is so nice to hear. You know, the majority of the feedback that we've received has been positive. I think everybody saw the stunning picture of Neil Morris wearing a hard hat over at our new secret location.
Oh, so fetching.
I cannot wait. Roll on September.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we can't disclose too many details just yet, but the important news is it's nailed on. We're going home, so we're all very happy.
Very
on to this weekend, a doubleheader with the Guildford Flames. By no means an easy task whatsoever. A 6-2 defeat down there, and it sounds like quite the convincing win for the Flames. We could be, I don't want us to be, but we could be in a bit of trouble in the building tonight. Yeah,
that scoreline speaks for itself. Guildford, you know, similar kind of playing styles to the likes of the Basingstoke Bison. We know what they're going to throw at us. They're a very, very solid team. They've had a very solid season. It's one of those games. It's going to go either way. Again, we say it a million times on this show that when we play to the best of our ability, we can take any team, and we can, and I thoroughly believe that. However, we lost down in Telford on Wednesday. We lost last night to the Guildford Flames. I'm just hoping that the boys can kind of pick their heads up and go in tonight kind of looking forward. We need to start gathering a bit of momentum. Last weekend was nice for us to do that. But with playoffs looming, we need to start building that momentum.
Really,
and we need to
absolutely.
do that with a couple of wins under our belt.
These results need to pick up. Again, I think we've said it a number of times, a fast start against teams like Guildford is absolutely key to winning the game. If we get 1 or 2 behind, they're a very, very difficult team to break down and get yourself back in the game. So I think we have to come out all guns blazing. If we don't get out of the blocks fast enough, game's over before you finish the first. Yeah,
absolutely, and capitalising on every opportunity. So every penalty, every kind of breakaway, we need to be sort of working hard on those players, getting some sort of strong momentum and sort of sending a lot of rubber their way. Otherwise, like I say, they're just going to take advantage. So that's not what we need.
Right. Well, absolutely not. Let's have a go at it. Let's hand over to Messrs Tambo and Beasley. Let's go watch some hockey.
Tom Perring is tonight's referee. The Guildford Flames are in their blue and maroon shirts. The Phoenix in white and purple for no obvious reason, but it's the nicest shirt we've got, so I'm not complaining. London with a pass up ahead that finds Jens Eriksson. He goes cross-ice. Campbell looks to skate onto it. Off the board, centering passes past the skate of Ben Russell. Two for the Phoenix to the way. Baranek, left-hand side, sets up Kovar, snapping the shot. Couple of bodies in front. Can Archer force it in? Not quite. Kovar gets it out towards the blue line forehand side, settled down by McKinney. Eriksson will wind and shoot. Good pad stop by Phone. Rebounds there and they score. Ben Campbell it is. Nobody picking up the man at the back door, and the Phoenix are punished as they couldn't get that zone clear. Campbell roofs it past Phone, and it's Phoenix 0, Guildford 1. Gron, who flips it nicely back through towards Corson Heron. Century pass was looking for Satek, who's just about tipped it through. Dispossessing his man in front. Satek sweeps it in and scores. Terrific forecheck from the Phoenix as they put Guildford under far too much pressure. Great little reach in by Gron, and Satek outweights Richard Ulberg. It's Phoenix 1, Guildford 1. Phillips across Kral, kicks it to his stick, played it towards Duggan, but he couldn't get onto it. Nicely played ahead by Corson Heron, and Satek is in down the right-hand side. He drops it back. Gron cuts it, shoots and scores. Lovely drop pass by Satek. Gron used his man as a little screen and rips it under the blocker of Richard Ulberg. It's a bang-bang from the Manchester Phoenix, and they lead Guildford by 2-1. Campbell looks to get the legs on James Neal. Boothroyd comes across. Could have been about 3 penalties on that, but nothing called by Tom Perrin. Godfrey sends it up the board. Neal reaches in. The Flames played across. Campbell walking in, shooting. Good stop made by Foam with that glove arm. And there is no rebound. Second period underway. It's Jens Eriksson who wins the draw. Phillips playing it through towards Campbell. It was behind him. Campbell will get there ahead of Ben Russell, though, so icing waved off. McKinney back to Ben Campbell. Good stick in there from Thomas, and it's flipped away by Ben Russell. This one will go all the way down, and it's an early icing call on the Manchester Phoenix. Now McKinney brings it ahead for Guildford, trying to split the D. Thomas comes across, bumps his man out of the way. Corson Heron comes in with the hit. Thomas reaches in, flips puck up the boards. It'll be kept alive by Danny Myers, who shoots, looking for a tip. Foam kicks it out. Campbell tried to turn away from Boothroyd, loses his edge, falls down into the boards. There's going to be a penalty called, though. And after all the ones that Tom Perrin hasn't called, he calls the one where Ben Campbell loses his edge. It's an interference call on Luke Boothroyd. It's a Guildford power play. Of Stephen Foam. It is the Flames who win the draw. Lundin up the boards. Campbell trying to spin away from Neal. Across comes Ben Wood. Lundin will settle it down, thrown towards the net. Good stick in the way by Wood. Kral sends it down to Eriksson. Now Phillips, Campbell towards the front of the net. The Phoenix going to stick in the way. Shot from Lundin. Save is made by Foam. Trying to force it on the wraparound out of the Flames. Another shot from Campbell. Terrific stop by Foam. Diving across. Played out front towards Lundin. He sends it across. Phillips went for the one time and unable to get there. Kral shoots towards the net and Stephen Foam holds on. Bending but not breaking the Phoenix penalty kill, and a terrific diving stop by Stephen Foam to keep out the man at the back post and keep it 2-1 Phoenix. Godfrey with a pass to find Esders, who'll skate his way into the zone, plays it across towards Hemmings, who shoots and scores. Nice little play across by Lee Esders as he drew the man, and Andy Hemmings roofs it over the left shoulder of Stephen Foam with 3:09 to go, second period. Phoenix 2, Guildford 2. Michael Satter because he dispossessed Matty Kral but just couldn't keep his feet. Flames bring it into the zone with Phillips, who carries it all the way around the net. Walking in and they score. Jez Lundin it is off a nice pass from Kevin Phillips, and he rips it past Stephen Foam in at the far post. Power play goal for Guildford. It's Phoenix 2, Guildford 3. Gron bumps Phillips into the boards. It's flipped down into the Phoenix zone. Oslins loses an edge, falls over. That was probably more of a penalty than the Thomas one. As the second period comes to an end, and it's a period which has seen predominantly Guildford Flames pressure, but the Phoenix are still in it with 20 minutes to go. It's Phoenix 2, Guildford 3. Phoenix will bring it away. Satek finds Gron. Down the right wing he comes. Shot is blocked by Jez Lundin. Campbell reels it in and away come the Flames. Campbell forced wide by Ben Russell. McKinney goes for a centering pass, blocked by Mark Thomas. Kral looking for an option. It's back to the blue line. Shot from Godfrey finds its way through. Well, Steve Foam got half a piece of it as he was trying to paddle it away, but I think it's hit the underside of his blocker and gone into the net. It was a completely harmless shot from Sam Godfrey, but it's found its way through, and with 55 seconds gone, it's Phoenix 2, Guildford 4. The side played it across towards Corson Heron. Good work by Kral, and Oslins will bring this one in for the Flames. Cuts towards the net, barreled into the net as he lost his edge. CV Foam sent flying, but the puck doesn't go. Carries it out from behind the goal line, then finds Kovar again. Gron walking in is Thomas, and he scores! Nicely worked around by the Phoenix. Gron sets it up on a plate, and Mark Thomas with the one-timer that's hammered past Richard Ulberg. It's a power play goal for the Manchester Phoenix, and we're back to a one-goal game again. It's Phoenix 3, Guildford 4. Boothroyd with a little saucer pass to find Robin Kovar. Kovar will skate this one into the zone. Cuts inside London, still going. Good stop made by Ulberg. And he controls the rebound off his chest into his glove. Kovar gave them the look for the pass, danced his way through, but can't beat Ulberg. Head it, breaks into open ice. Pass from Ben Wood was poor, but it'll come through. Archer outweights Ulberg. He'll try and get back into position. The angle was just too sharp for Archer. He plays it in front. Gron backhands it in and scores! Stan Gron forces it through the pads of Ulberg. D-side erupts. The Flames are irate. But with 2:35 to go, the Phoenix are level. Manchester 4, Guildford 4. Eriksson chops it. It hits the skate of the linesman, and Duggan will bring it in for Guildford. Good work by James Neal. Read the puck. The two will tangle up along the boards. Gron will try and reach in. Kral with a bump, and that'll do it for the third period. And it's a third period which looked like it might get away from the Manchester Phoenix when Guildford scored that goal early on and continued to press. But the Phoenix have found a way back into it. And to overtime we go. 3-on-3 overtime it is then. The Flames will start with Duggan, Campbell and Lundin. The Phoenix will counter with Archer, Satek and Neal. James Archer and Tom Duggan, former line mates, will take the opening face-off. 5 minutes of 3-on-3 sudden death overtime. Archer trying to force the puck back, but he can't do it. It's Guildford who have it with Campbell. Drops it back and Duggan will bring it to the left-hand side of the Guildford zone, plays it across the ice. Campbell with speed gets onto it, down the right-hand side he comes, cuts towards the middle, drops it back. Lundin across towards Ben Campbell. Good stick in the way there from Michael Satek. He forces man into the boards. Campbell goes down. Lundin trying to work the puck through, couldn't do it. Satek will just hold and work it back to James Neal. Neal comes across, rides the hit, and away comes Robin Kovar. Down that left-hand side, makes the little spin turn and will then keep going. Campbell loses his edge. Kovar bursting his way into the zone, trying to stuff it in. Ulberg makes the save. The puck's loose in the crease. They force it in! Mark Thomas crashing the net. Ulberg could not find that puck under his pad. And the Manchester Phoenix win it in overtime with 1:48 to go. The final score is Manchester Phoenix 5, Guildford Flames 4.
Okay, folks, we're down here in the tunnel after overtime. It's a 5-4 win for the Phoenix. Hell of a turnaround in the third period for the boys there.
Wasn't it? It was a really up and down game. Really strong first, so 2-0 up within seconds of each other. Then to go 4-2 down, you kind of think...
Baffled in the second.
Are we going to lose this? And then we go ahead, we equalise with a couple of minutes to go. And then Tomo with a cheeky
pops
overtime.
up in overtime. I'm not sure how
nice.
many times he's done that in his career, but not his forte. But whatever, right place, right time. Bit of magic from Robin Kovar to beat half the team.
Naturally.
And you know, whatever, I'll take the win. It's really good. We said at the top of the show, we need to start picking up, you know, these wins from somewhere.
Yep.
And you know, and it's turned up tonight, which is really, really good as we head in, you know, to the tough part of the season when it's playoffs and form really does count. It's really nice to see a game like that go our way.
It's nice to beat a strong team, especially with the sort of the change in dynamic in terms of the playoff choices this season. So you know, the top 4 teams pick who they want to play. So beating a team like Guildford, I think, will send a real message to the teams who are possibly thinking that we might be the team that they kind of want to take into the playoffs. We've got cracking playoff form. You know, for whatever reason, we've had a rough season, but tonight sends a solid message to all the top teams that actually you don't want to pick us because we're really quite good.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, to be 4-2 down with about 12 minutes to go, and a team like Guildford that's got a deep bench and a strong deep bench, to push that to overtime and then beat them sends exactly as you say, it sends a really strong message. You know, if we can take these teams into overtime or push the game right till the very end, we are always in with a shout. And I think teams will look at us and now just be a little bit more wary than they might have been.
Yeah, you know, we do want to scare off the likes of Bison and Flames from picking us, no disrespect to the others, but you know, we've got good playoff form, but I think we said it a couple of shows ago, the Bison probably got a bit of a score to settle, so I think that they're the team that are going to pick us.
Yeah, I think that's
in which case, you know, we knocked them out last year. We've just beaten the Guildford Flames. Yes, we've had a rough season, but look what we can do.
But we can do it, and we can do it. And you're right. I do think, personal opinion, I think the Bison are coming for us. I really do.
Yeah, I do.
And you know, they swept us in the season, in the regular season, and I think last year they beat us in all but one.
All but one.
All but one of the games, and it goes to show when it comes to crunch time. If there is one team in this league that can be under the gun and still go and do it, it's us.
It is, and in so many different ways. You know, that counts for off the ice as well. You know, this team has been considered down and out so many times over the course of this season, and then when it's really mattered, everybody's kind of muscled together and pulled it back. And you know, like I said, that's a bit of a metaphor for what's been going on behind the scenes as well, which is great. And it's obviously sort of resonating through the team and through the fans. So, you know, it's nice. It's a nice kind of way to finish, as it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a couple of more games in the regular season to go. I know we've got the Bracknell Bees here at home for the last game of the season. So, with all due respect, that should be a game for us to sort of say, right, this is your last chance before crunch time. Fill your boots. Let's go out and have a really, really strong game and see if we can't put a few in the back of the net. And really sort of tighten our game up as we head into the playoffs.
Yeah, and double header at home next weekend as well is nice to go on our favour. No, so travelling for the fellas, which is nice. I think we've got Sheffield and Sunday's team escapes me. But I don't think they're massively taxing games, she says, as Sheffield have beaten us numerous times this season.
Nicely jinxed.
However, you know, they should be good sort of games, and like I say, double header at home is always nice.
Absolutely. Something else that's nice to look forward to is, as it always is, a great do, the end of year awards.
Yes.
They are now nailed on for the 24th of March, I think, at the Mercure, as it usually is. Always a good do.
It's my favourite do of the season.
Lord knows we all need a beer after the end of this. I might get shouted at by Mr. Morris for saying that, but Lord knows we all need a beer. So do come on down. All the information is up on the website. I think it's about 20 quid ahead.
20 quid ahead includes food. I think the supporters club are chucking in a £10 drinks voucher per table. There's a player per table. It really is. If you've not been to the end of season awards, it is the best do of the season in my non-biased opinion. And like you say, we've got this year more than any. We've got a lot to celebrate.
Absolutely.
So I think it'd just be nice for everybody. I think I put it on Twitter the other day for you know, everybody that helped get the club to the end of season to get together, have a drink, have a dance, and just celebrate. And it's bank holiday on the Friday, so no work to get up for.
So there's no work to get up for.
Every reason to come along.
Absolutely, and of course it's the last chance we have to G the boys up before they head off for Coventry, as we will be doing. He says through gritted teeth. I'm going to get shouted at by Mr. Morris
we'll be there
again for that, but we'll be there. Right, on that note, I will hand over to Tambo. He's had a chat with a couple of the players.
Phoenix TV here. I'm with Kevin Phillips, Guildford's man of the match. Kevin, it was a funny sort of game, ups and downs for both sides, and certainly both teams I think deserved a point out of it.
Yeah, I thought we had the game pretty much in control in our hands. We had like 78% possession and just a couple of interesting decisions towards the end. I thought that let them back in it, but it's the way it goes. And
you beat us 4-1 on hitting the pipe work.
What's that?
You hit the pipes 4 times, we hit it once.
Was that what it was? Yeah, seen there was a few, so it was just one of those games. Like there was plenty of chances for us as well to go more ahead, but we just, like I say, we thought it was in control and just let it slip at the end. I think we played a pretty good game, and credit to them, they didn't quit. Keep coming back. They've got some dangerous players. So, but yeah, it's disappointing because I thought we should have had the 2 points.
But you're in some good form at the moment, Guildford. You come on really strong, especially since Christmas. Looking good for that top 4 spot, and that's an important one. And 4th against 5th is never an easy one, but 120 minutes of hockey, it's a bit of a lottery. Could go either way, couldn't it?
Yeah, playoffs. We've got, like I say, we've got a good run of form here. We're playing some pretty good hockey, so I think right now I like our chances against any team in the league over 2 games. So we're looking forward to it.
Right, well, best of luck in the playoffs, unless you're playing us, of course. And safe journey back, and see you later. Thanks, Ken.
Cheers.
I'm here with our man of the match, defender Mark Thomas, scorer of 2 goals, but it's not just about the goals, is it?
No, obviously it's good to get the win. We're trying to get some momentum here this weekend and obviously next weekend going into playoffs, so it was good to get the win, and obviously it was in overtime. That's always a bit nicer.
Well, to come back from the goals down and get them, okay, obviously an overtime winner, 3-on-3 can be a bit of a lottery, but you get the space, and if it works, it's in the net. But good one when they got Alberg stuck around the back of the net for your first one.
Yeah, that's it. Obviously we've been working on a power play, so that was a bit of not a lucky one, but we've been, like I say, we were working on it, and it's paid off today. And then obviously going into overtime, we were obviously looking to try and win it. Obviously we might as well go all out, and we're stuck in our position at the moment with 8th, so we're not sure what the results are at the moment, so who we're getting in the playoffs yet. But it's just like I said before, we're just trying to get momentum going into the next few weekends. Well,
that's exactly it. We've got Sheffield and Bracknell, no long travelling to do next week, which is always a bonus for us. It doesn't really matter if we keep the form, keep the morale up. Nobody will want to play us in these quarterfinals.
No, I don't think people are going to want to come to this rink. It's like people, I think most teams have found it difficult to play in here. It's not the easiest rink to play in, with bounces off the boards and stuff like that. So yeah, like I say, we'll be confident going into playoffs, and but first of all, we get a bit of momentum from next weekend.
Mark, great stuff tonight. It's nice for yourself personally, get a couple of goals from the blue line, but the important thing, the win and the morale.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously the boys it's been a long year with ups and downs, and we're just looking for the positives at the moment, and going forward we're going obviously coming into playoffs with a bit of momentum, and our heads held high, and we'll see how we go.
And of course the news that came out in the middle of the week that we're nearly home for next season, so that's another big boost for everybody involved in the club. You know, just waiting to cross the T's and dot the I's on that one. Yeah,
obviously we as players we don't know a lot of things. Obviously a lot of it's confidential, which is understandable. So I think that Neil's obviously made an announcement about them returning home, and I'm assuming there'll be pictures and stuff of all the new rink as and when it starts to develop. But yeah, obviously at the moment we're not really thinking about too much about next year. We're just thinking about the next couple of weeks and trying to get to Coventry.
Absolutely. Well, let's hope we're all there, because we're all going to be there. Thanks so much, Mark.
No worries, thank you.
Okay, folks, that is all we've got time for on this week's Phoenix TV. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. You lucky people out there, we've got a double header for you next week. We've got the Sheffield Steel Dogs here in Deeside on Saturday. That's a 7 o'clock face-off. And then the Bracknell Bees visit us on Sunday, which is a usual 6:30 face-off. In the meantime, stick with us on all the usual channels, Facebook, Twitter, here on YouTube, and, of course, on Instagram. Until the next time, we'll see you then.